Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester, and I'm so glad you're here this morning. We have a great show lined up, a great guest here in the studio. You're really going to enjoy him. But first, let's take a look at our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs, and boy, it's going to be another comfortable day. High's going to be 84, low 68. And water temperature did drop 1 degree last night. It's down to 76, so it's sort of wavering back and forth between 76 and 77. We always get that reading at the end of the pier. Now we're looking at the river readings brought to us by the good folks at Panama City Coca-Cola. The Apalachicola Bluntstown, taking a look right here, it's reading this morning at a 3.2, and the Choctawhatchee at Caryville 1.9. Extremely low on the Choctawhatchee River, and the watershed there just hasn't given any extra water to it. So just be aware, if you're planning some river trips this weekend, it's going to be low water. Now, our tide chart brought to us by Ken Forest Lawn. Getting back into some decent tides, and by the way, it's Halloween, so y'all be careful out there, and don't get too much candy. If you don't take the kids' candy, let them go and have all the candy themselves. But I know some of y'all are going to try to stash some in the back of the refrigerator, but I'm going to tell them. The wind is going to be coming south-southeast. It's seasonal this time of year. It's going to be right around 10. It's gotten breezy the last 2 days, which is good. So it's really nice weather to get outdoors. Let's take a break. We'll come right back with our guest. Okay, welcome back, and welcome our guest this morning, Josh Daly. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors.
Thanks, sir.
We're glad to have him. We sort of fly by the seat of our pants. We just sort of met on the phone last night. We heard about each other. I said, well, come on the show in the morning. So here he is. I love this. So, Josh, we're so glad to have you. And
thank you.
Crusty crab diving. What a great story. I've heard about it. I've been trying to get him, get up with him and all. So here we are. So tell us about yourself.
About myself or the organization?
How you got started first?
Okay. So I was 20 years explosive ordnance disposal in the Air Force. Mm-hmm. And during that career, I was fortunate enough to be stationed in Hawaii. And while I was there, I learned to scuba dive and found out it's kind of my therapy.
Okay.
And I love it. And
now you were in the military. You had some deployments during the time.
Yeah, quite a few deployments, Afghanistan, Iraq. And a few others.
And I guess, I know we were talking about this is stress and all the things you see over there and all, and you learn when you come back to Hawaii, and how relaxing to go diving.
It's amazing. It's once you get underwater, it kind of shuts out all of the external noise. Mm-hmm. You're just under there, you can hear the fish blowing bubbles, and you're blowing bubbles with them, and it's very therapeutic.
Originally from Utah, then California, and then sort of moved around. Dad was in construction business.
Yeah.
You had to move around a lot.
Went from construction family to military family, and so constantly on the move. Decided to set down roots here once I retired, and I love it.
And married and 3 kids?
Yep, married for 21 years now, and 3 kids, and we're just happy to be in Florida and happy to be just living a more relaxing life now.
Well, we're always talking about doing good things. That's one of the themes of our show. We always, talking to people and asking y'all to do good things for each other. And we always run across people who are doing good things for others. And this is really cool. Now, we've got it's sort of called Crusty Crab Diving.
Crusty Crab Diving.
First of all, tell us, how did you get the word Crusty Crab Diving?
So the crab is easy. The crab was our badge that we wore as explosive ordnance disposal.
Okay.
All 4 services wear the same badge in the military.
Okay.
And we called it our crab. When I retired and started diving, I finally was able to grow a beard.
You never could grow a beard in the military.
Couldn't grow a beard. Had scruff every now and then on missions, but once my beard came in, I realized I started having gray hairs in there, and diving all the time, it was full of salt and almost barnacle-y. And so I was just crusty all the time.
Crusty crab.
And when we decided to make a nonprofit for disabled divers, the name just came to us, and so Crusty Crab Diving was born.
And your group, you have 3 people in it, basically?
We have 3 people that are in the foundation.
Okay.
And then a whole lot of support, volunteers at the dive shop I work at.
Yeah.
And a great community of divers that help us out.
And basically, what is the goal of your group?
So our goal is inclusivity in diving, and to provide therapeutic activity for people that suffer from any type of disability or have any type of special needs. I've had traumatic brain injuries from my time in the military, PTSD, and diving is extremely peaceful and therapeutic for me, and I want to pass that on to others.
Isn't that something just downright cool to hear about this? And we've got several pictures here, but I was just so excited here about it. This first one right here. Take a look right here. Crusty crab dive, and what we're talking about, they're going to have a Veterans Day weekend, Veterans Dive weekend, but you can see all the things. So tell us about it.
So this Veterans Day, we decided to host our first major event. We're partnered with Red Alert Diving in Panama City Beach. They have a heated pool on site, and we also have a dive boat, Big Blue dive boat, runs charters for us. We've booked them for the entire weekend. And so thanks to our supporters, we're able to offer free scuba diving, both in the pool as a discovery experience and for advanced divers out on our boat the entire weekend.
No kidding.
So we're going to run in 4 boat trips, and we'll be doing Discover Scuba sessions all weekend long in our pool. Just want to get anyone that is served, their family members, their friends, have them come join us and just see how therapeutic and peaceful diving can be.
And even if they don't have an experience with it, they just want to get out there in the water.
Don't need any experience at all, especially to come do a Discover Scuba session in our pool.
Yeah.
And it's completely complimentary.
Oh, that is awesome. I know you have some good people helping you on that.
Yes, sir.
And that's why we want to talk about it here on the show, because it's right around the corner, Veterans Day is. So if they want to get a hold of you, we'll talk about that later. Let's go and take a break now. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Sit here with Josh Daly with Crusty Crab Diving. Okay, good organization here, local organization, just out to, all we want to do is just help a fellow man. So, so glad to have you. We have some pictures here now. I ask them, I always ask, you get in big fish and all, but here's what they concentrate on. You'll like this. Tell us about this picture here. Okay.
All right. So this is one of the lionfish hunting classes that I taught recently. It's something that we like to do both recreationally and as one of the things that we'll offer to disabled divers, veterans, and non-veterans. Sometimes when you're underwater, you just want to do something else. It's fun to see things, but lionfish in particular are an invasive species here.
Yeah.
And so it's very rewarding to capture them whenever we can.
Yep.
And they taste really good.
So they do.
Do.
We've had them before. Now, recently, have you found a bunch of them lately, or are they sort of up and down?
Oh, no, the events that we've been having here in the local area, they've really helped bring numbers down.
See, that's what I'm hearing. That's great. That is
so
great.
they're much more scarce. When we do find one, we take advantage of it.
Here's a picture here. Tell us about this picture right here. This is.
All right, so that's one of our adaptive diving classes. The man in the picture there, he actually was in the same career field in the military as I was, explosive ordnance disposal.
Yes.
He was in the Army. What you can't see is he's missing his left arm. He was a scuba diver before he joined the military, and then he had an accident, lost an arm. He went back to his native island of Puerto Rico and wanted to scuba dive, and he was turned away by his local dive shop because he was disabled. Yeah. And when I found him, we became friends on Facebook initially, and I said, hey man, we're doing a new program for adaptive diving, and we will be able to get you back in the water. And
awesome.
So he joined us for a kind of scuba therapy session refresher in our pool. Yeah. His wife told me the next day that that night he slept the best has in years since his accident.
What a testimonial right there.
Yeah.
And wow. Okay. Now is this another picture?
Yeah, that's Caesar again. Part of our training course. That's another veteran there, Kyle, helping get him dressed out. Part of the training course we have to do is help someone possibly get into a suit if necessary, help them get their gear on. We want them to do as much as possible on their own, but and Caesar could have got his wetsuit on himself there, but as part of Kyle's training, it was better to let Kyle help and do that. And that's part of our training. And we role play all kinds of different disabilities in our training if we don't have someone with us that has an actual disability, just so I can get my staff, my instructors and dive masters prepared for any eventuality.
Yes, yes. All right, that's cool right there. Okay, now, how many, okay, this picture before getting that, I love this picture here.
So that one's just me having fun. Someone else snapped that one. The thing I like most about this photo, it shows you how kind of just peaceful diving can be. I really do feel like I'm flying right there, but without the fear of falling.
Yeah,
and so it's kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love it.
Well, listen, you're in a good place, a good area to dive. You mentioned that earlier. You got so many dive spots.
We do. The Gulf course is amazing. It's full of all kinds of artificial reefs with all the wrecks that we have out there, which are amazing. But even when the weather's bad and the Gulf's washed out, we have 2 freshwater springs really close to us that cater to divers, Morrison and Vortex. As well as the shore dives at the jetties, which are fantastic.
Yes.
And so lots of options around here.
I always ask this question to my divers. How about big sharks? You ever see very many sharks?
We do. I have not had the fortune to be in the water with the whale sharks, but plenty of reef sharks, bull sharks, nurse sharks, sandbar sharks. Most of them are docile, especially with divers.
Yeah.
They're as curious as we are, and we love seeing them.
I love to hear that. Okay, this next picture here, this is a cool one.
So I believe this was on one of our lionfish hunts. The wrecks are where the lionfish tend to congregate, and so that's where we'll find them most often. And it's harder to catch them with line and hook because of how they like to hide in nooks and crannies. And so really to do the best at clearing out lionfish, diving is the way to do it because you can target them.
And you sort of have to reach in and grab them, and
so
technique?
We use a long spear.
Okay.
They're kind of like a poke pole with a 3-prong head on it.
Okay.
And so it's called a paralyzer tip. And so when we shoot with the spear, it should knock them out right away. And then we have keepers that we can slide them into and bring them back to the boat. Because they are toxic. The venomous spines on there can be really painful.
I've heard that several times from experienced people, and you really do have to be careful.
Oh, yeah.
And here's one more here. Let's see. This is, let me get this one blow it up. All right. Well, we can't get it. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
What we got?
So this one, I kind of caught him in a crazy moment. But the man with the yellow fins there, he's another one of our amazing success stories.
Okay.
His name's JM. He's again another vet. Had an accident after his time in the military, and he has some burns and some damage to his hands. And when he was going through his recovery, they were trying to find something that he really enjoyed that he could embrace during his recovery, and scuba diving is what he got back into.
Yeah.
And again, this is someone that is missing digits on both hands, and so you think, oh, he might not be able to use his regulator or his inflator, and he has found a way to manipulate all of his gear so that he can still dive completely on his own. And when I met him, my first thing is I said, hey, JM, I'd like you to join the team. And he's now in training to be a dive master.
Awesome.
And so, as you can see in that picture, he was carrying our flag. I had the task overloaded.
He had the flag.
Yeah, that's what the kite string was he was holding on to. So that was our dive flag. So that was one of the first trips that he was able to come with and work as a dive master in training with me.
That's got to make you feel good.
It does. Someone that has a physical disability like that, and they can overcome it, and then use it as inspiration to help other people realize they can overcome their
And you know, to me, it's like dominoes. You help him, he helps somebody, and just, everybody just sort of, it gets bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
And, but it always starts with something like this. It starts with a dream and a little bit of action, and so that's why I was so glad when I got to talk to you last night that you were willing to come on first thing this morning. So, but this is really good. This group, the whole thing is good. So we have we're going to take our final break and come back with more with Josh Daly and Krusty Krab diving. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times before we get back with Josh Daly with Krusty Krab diving. Our times always brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Times this morning, one time really, 10:48 to 12:48. So we're so glad to be here with Josh and talking about all the good things they're doing. And here's his organization right here. We want to talk, it's really a certified, really, you're legal 501.
Yes, sir.
Tell us how you got that.
I had the fortune of getting introduced to a woman named Anna Clark, and that's what she does. She has a nonprofit that helps establish other nonprofits.
What a great idea!
Yeah.
So, Krusty Krab diving right here. So here's your three points right here: a veteran-owned, certified nonprofit, and community focused. That's you.
Yes, sir.
That's you right there. Okay, and then. Tell us about this, about your benefits, safety and...
So, yeah, whenever you're diving can be an inherently dangerous activity, especially if you do it alone. And so we want to make sure that our instructors and our dive masters are prepared for any contingency, and diving with a dive professional helps add to that safety factor.
And you personalize, and there's a lifetime learning.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I like this one. This is on a Facebook page. The therapeutic benefits of diving. Okay, you know this because you're
firsthand. I can attest to this. Yes, absolutely.
Positive effect on mental health. Helps rehab.
Yeah, a pain can just go away when you're underwater and you're weightless, and so you're floating. It's an amazing feeling.
Yep. And then it steps out of your comfort zone. So
JM's a good example of that. He initially was hesitant to become a dive master, and because he didn't want to do things the wrong way because of his disability. And I said, JM, people need they need to see you as a role model.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's great for him to step out of that comfort zone and help us out.
It is. And then right here, you're going to donate to it, and it's tax deductible.
Yes, sir.
You've got a setup and everything, and you become a partner, and it'll take this to keep it going and all. So corporate sponsorships available, and just everything is just really good. And then right here, these are some instructors, military veterans, certified experts. We got some good instructors.
Yes, we do. We have a great staff. Most of them work with Red Alert Diving.
Okay.
In Panama City Beach. And we're happy to be partnered with that dive shop, and we're growing the adaptive community together.
Okay, so this is open really to anyone. Let's talk about this one more time. This weekend, Veterans Day weekend.
Yeah, this upcoming weekend.
Right.
This is our first major event, and because Veterans Day was coming up and we have a lot of veterans here, we decided to make it a disabled veterans weekend.
Okay.
But really, it's open to anybody that has any type of disabilities or special needs. We're using Veterans Day as kind of like our event to kind of kick things off.
That's sort of ribbon cutting of school.
Pretty much, yeah. We are hoping to make it an annual thing. We also are targeting May for another annual event that we want to have open to everyone.
Okay.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so we figured that would be a good time to do another community event. And so that's our target, and that's going to be our goal.
Boy, I'm just sitting here thinking about, here we are, Veterans Day, you're targeting these veterans, and then May, Mental Health Month, you get open to everyone.
Yes, sir.
And what a great game plan y'all laid out, a good business model.
We're hoping. Yeah, it's still new, and we're still learning on the fly.
And now, how do they get a hold of you?
So they can reach out to us through social media. Krusty Diving Crab on Instagram and Facebook is where you can find me. You'll find our logo, and somebody with my beard on the pictures, most likely. And Red Alert Diving is another great way to reach out to us. Red Alert Diving's website has additional information and contact info, and they're a great point of contact.
That's great, Red Alert Diving. And we know, we're talking about the Florida Panhandle just being full of veterans and what good things they do, how much contribution they give to our society here, and this is just another great example of it. I know you run across a lot of veterans.
Oh, yeah.
And you were in the Air Force.
Air Force, yes, sir.
Okay, so now this is going to be on YouTube, so some of your childhood friends and military buddies, I know they're going to watch you worldwide, so you want to give any of them a shout out?
No, I just like to say thanks to all my friends, all my family, everyone that has helped out with this foundation and helping it grow and helping get divers in the water. And yeah.
One other thing too, y'all have all the equipment, right? They don't.
Yes, sir.
You have all of that covered.
Everything will be provided.
Okay.
Once we are able to continue building the foundation, we plan on offering scholarships as well.
Oh, good.
For anybody with any disability can apply on our website here soon. And that scholarship will include both that are training for them and a buddy and a full set of gear. And it will be adapted based on their needs.
Yes, what a great idea.
Yes, sir.
I want to encourage y'all to contribute to this if we get a chance, and also participate in any way you can as a volunteer or whatever. I'm sure you could use any kind of help.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, we've got about a minute or so left. In closing, what is your biggest goal? What's your biggest satisfaction so far? Just seeing?
My biggest satisfaction is seeing people that have been turned away other places find a home with Krusty Krab and Red Alert Diving.
Okay.
We even have a couple that they're both blind and they've been diving with us.
No way.
Even blind, you can have a therapeutic experience underwater.
Wow.
But you need a specially trained instructor or guide with you to do that, obviously. And we're just happy to be able to offer that to anyone that can use it.
What a great story, and so many. So we have such a viewing audience with all kinds of different people. So you can certainly contribute to it or be a part of it.
Yes, sir.
Josh, we appreciate you coming on. But more
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate what you're doing, and you're talking about doing some great things. We appreciate it. I know our viewers do. Folks, thank you all for watching our show, and we always talk about doing good things for others, and I'll say it again, every day I close the show is do something good for someone else today, and y'all do that, like Josh and his crew. Y'all have a great day, enjoy the outdoors, take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.